Okay, we're live. It's a multi-stream. Yeah, I set up the multi-stream shit through Streamlabs, so I could do Twitch and to YouTube. And it should be coming in at 1080p, so that ain't bad. And also, all our Twitch WoW things before were going to under the tag of like talk shows or something ridiculous. Did you notice that? Yeah, like our like category for Twitch was talk shows.
I mean, we just chat and I don't know, play games. So I guess they don't have a gaming thing. I don't know. It's weird. This level 20 guy, he's got like all purple shit.
The guy who's talking to you.
Yeah, it's fucking strange.
What level is? Oh, he's level 20. He must have old shit that got scaled down.
No, we're like not in a game. I think
Oh.
there's like some weird like level 20. Like,
Yeah, you know what? I was like looking into it because I was thinking of it yesterday. It's like I don't really get the level squish. Like it doesn't make any sense. Just why not take it to one? Like couldn't you just go to 130, 140? Like what's the difference? Just a number. Probably they're level squished and they had like decent gear. Probably they were like level 30 something, 40 something.
yo, this guy's level 20. He's got ridiculous gear, and he said he turned his XP off, and he just got a game.
I mean,
What the fuck?
it happens. Remember, it was like people were talking about it. It's like you
No,
can
no, no.
get it.
I think there's like some level 20. He said he runs WOD for Warforged gear.
WOD. Warlords of Draenor. That's Warlords of Draenor. I don't know really what he means.
Are you in Bleeding Hollow at all with like actual character?
Yeah, I'm actually gonna come over because like what you're talking about.
I'm
I'm gonna come over
outside.
there. I want to see what you're talking
This
about.
motherfucker. I think we might be able to do like level 20 XP off twinking.
Well, that's what I
It
couldn't
seems like he's got this
understand.
fucking really weird bracket or some kind of hack going on.
That's the stuff I couldn't understand. It's like, is there a level? I mean, that's the thing. Is like, I don't know if I want to have this character be 20 and then I can't go back to 19. You know, like you'll never go back again. Like that Fleetwood Mac song.
Well, we should probably just test it with a character you don't like.
What, Lindsey Buckingham?
I don't know, just anything, or I'll test it for you and let you know.
All right, let me go out front. You're outside the city,
It's
right?
Lindsey Buckingham.
He's the guitar player from Fleetwood Mac.
No, I know. You. I thought you were referencing a character you had.
Yeah, that'd be a good character name.
Yeah,
Wouldn't be
I
far
thought
off
it didn't
from
test it.
wouldn't be far off from the characters I have. I have Valeria Sanders. That's a good name there. Come on.
Well, a lot of people probably think of the basketball player who was on the Bucks.
Yeah, in WoW? Well, I don't think anyone knows the show. I'll say that. No one knows the fucking show. The show is so influential to TV today, too. It's like if you look back at like television history, it's like so many things of the shows today kind of go off that format. 30 Rock is
Well, I wouldn't be
directly a ripoff almost.
right. I wouldn't even say like talk shows. I would. I agree. It's more like uh, Arrested Development. Um, what's that one with Sofia Vergara and Ed O'Neill when they're married?
Modern Family.
Yeah, Modern Family, The Office.
I
Uh,
I've never seen an episode of Modern Family.
it's not
Not a
that
single
bad.
one.
I mean, Sofia Vergara's on it, so and then like the kids are pretty hot. You don't even have to like have the sound on. It's decent.
Yeah, I know the characters, like or not, rather the director.
I like Ed O'Neill.
Yeah, the character's good, but the director went and did a good show that I saw recently, so it's I'd probably like Modern Family. The show he did was Reboot, where it was like kind of making fun of an old sitcom and like showing the behind the scenes. It's very Arrested Development, like very Larry Sanders show. Like it's good. Keegan Michael Key is the main character. It's one of the better comedies I've seen, besides from like Mythic Quest. It's because there's no competition. Like what else is there? You'll probably beat me here. What
Now
happened
do the
there?
same thing. Do the same thing, but use Berserk.
I did that. I had Berserk on there.
Oh,
I popped it.
all right. Do it without Berserk.
I'll do it without Berserk. Let's see what you do. I mean,
You
you
gotta
can
get a
heal.
damage meter, man. I want to see that on the screen again when we PG. Can we like stop and like Google where to find that stuff and get it? Let me
Yeah.
ask this guy. Hold on.
Oh shit, we popped. Hmm. This one. I'd roll with this one just for a little bit. See how it goes. You know which one we haven't gotten in a long
Yeah.
time? AB
I want
has
to use
not
my XP
popped.
on this one. Let's go Alliance.
Yeah. All right. I was just saying.
This one sucks.
I haven't seen AB pop in a long time.
Good.
It's been a while. Yeah, it's not good.
Well, it might be better than this shit. They're both bad. This feels like AB just with like one less or two less or whatever the fuck. There's like three maps that are all like AB, and then Ice Storm's kind of like it, but it's still playable enough that I can get by with it.
Yeah, that's true. You know, I don't get why sometimes they make you wait to log out. Like, why do I have to wait to log out here? I have to wait 10 seconds. All right, yeah. Roll McBoyle. I mean, I thought I transmogged this gear. I'm surprised I still have my loading screen still has this kind of Candyman look here. I got the puffy shirt. When you watch back our stuff or like watch at the time, you go on Twitch, right?
Yeah, I don't think are you even putting it on YouTube?
Yeah, it's on YouTube, but I was wondering, it's like, is it streaming to Twitch?
Oh yeah.
Take a look just to see if it is,
Oh
because
wait.
it should be going to both
Hold on.
right now.
Let me check.
That's one benefit with StreamYard. It was very seamless to do that. This is
Yeah,
a
it's
little
on
more of a
Twitch.
setup. All right, cool.
and then let me check YouTube.
Should be on YouTube too.
Oh shit! I didn't queue. Fuck.
Oh yeah, queue up. Come back over here. Come on. Up. 8 minutes. Hopefully it doesn't go that.
What?
8 minute queue. I guarantee you it will be longer.
Oh, I don't know. I don't really even look at the average. Most of the time, it's not accurate.
It's never right. What are you drinking on tonight? Drinking on anything?
Yeah, it's like the same thing. I've been drinking seltzer, orange juice, vodka.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
It's not a lot of calories at all
Yeah.
because it's distilled.
Yeah, I noticed everyone drinks that seltzer lately. Like the flavored
Those things
seltzers.
fucking suck. They have the alcohol content is so low. You just drinking like wine coolers.
Oh, I'm just talking like regular seltzer. I notice people just drink regular seltzer all the time now, like the flavored ones, like LaCroix or
No, I
some
just get
shit.
like plain shit,
Yeah. Oh,
not
get
flavored.
you just get carbonated like water kind of thing.
Yeah, I should maybe think about getting like a machine or something instead.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm just doing straight brown here. Straight shots.
What do
Bourbon.
you mean, like ice?
No,
Like
I'm
a
all
big
bourbon.
circular ice ball?
I only drink bourbon. That's all I drink. I can't do vodka. It's too like I've had a bad experience and now I can't ever go back.
Really? I mean, you don't really take shots of vodka, do you?
I mean, that's true. It's like if let's say I had a mixed drink where vodka's in it, I probably wouldn't mind. But straight shots or like sipping on something, I'd rather be bourbon.
Yeah, I don't think I've taken shots of vodka before. I've taken shots of tequila,
It's
but
funny now. They
I don't really like taking shots that much. I'd rather just have it mixed and be able to chill on it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind an old fashioned where it's just like water and bourbon and you just kind of sip on it.
Water and bourbon.
Yeah,
You need
that's
a name for that?
it's called an old fashioned.
I mean, just call it water and alcohol.
Yeah, I saw in like liquor store they sell you can like buy it pre-mixed. And I'm thinking
Is
like
that a
how fuck
joke? Like
yeah, I was
Easy
thinking like
Franchise
how
adding
lazy are
water
you?
to alcohol?
Yeah, it's how
This is
lazy are you?
fucking
It's water.
diluting. Are you
Not
sure
yeah,
that's what
no.
that is?
Yeah, Knob Creek makes
It's like the
bourbon.
dumbest marketing scheme I've ever heard of. It's just fucking water.
Yeah.
Why am I buying that? I'll just cut the middleman out.
Yep. Knob Creek makes bourbon, and then I saw they had like a mixed drink that was an old fashioned. It said Knob Creek Old Fashioned. Old Fashioned is literally just bourbon or water. So it's like, what the fuck is? It's just watered down bourbon, and you put that as your mixed drink. That's a big thing in the like liquor business is like
Why
pre-made
bourbon?
pre-made mixed drinks where it's like what you're drinking now. There you can see Svedka probably sells a version where it's like a bottle of like seltzer, orange juice, and vodka.
No, no. All the seltzer stuff are like those canned ones. Uh, the fuck is that shit? White Claw.
Yeah, but you'll see mixed drink like drinks now where it's
Oh yeah,
like
they
you don't.
make like a Mai
Yeah,
Tai one. I tried it. It was disgusting. It was just so much sugar. And then I've actually had someone like at King Pavilion make a Mai Tai, and it tasted so much better. It was really good. But I don't know. Like candy alcohol, I get a little lost on what I'm actually taking in.
what's in a mai tai? I don't even really know.
It's I think coconut stuff, uh triple sec, some kind of I don't
Triple sec
know.
is good.
You have to maybe not triple sec. You have to Google it. I don't know.
Yeah, I made like a lemonade triple sec bourbon thing that was really good. But
Yeah, lemonade's a decent mixer. That was for a while. That was Pat's like go to. He would just do lemonade and like vodka, but I prefer uh less of like the actual shit you're mixing in. That's why I use seltzer for the carbonation because I don't want it the 90% of the drink to be like the orange juice.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
exactly. That's also it's a hard way to tell how much you're drinking too when you're having mixed drinks all the time. I think that's the funny part of
No, no,
that.
I'm at the point where it's like a bartender. You know when you're like over pouring somebody or you're just putting in the minimum.
Yeah, I mean that's why I like shots. You know what the fuck's going in. You know, you can
Yeah,
count.
it's just the thing about shots is like you can do so many in such a short span of time that you lose track of what just happened, and then you're like just dealing with it, the repercussions.
That's true.
You could take like two mixed drinks in like the span of a minute, and then go back to like doing other shit.
Yeah, I've noticed just this one brand I get has a couple different finishes. Basil Hayden, they have a red wine casket finish that I got recently. It's really good.
But why bourbon? Why is that your preferred?
I don't know. I like it better than. It's like I've always liked brown liquors better, and
What do you mix it with like a Coke? What like
no, I mean at first I would mix it with ginger ale. Like a Jack and Ginger is a good drink. Like
I'll try that.
if you ever have that at first, but even I would
What's the
say
Jack?
I would
Jack
say you don't.
Jack and
I would say don't get Jack Daniels. Get like a nicer bourbon, like something instead of Jack Daniels and ginger is better than Jack Daniels and ginger ale. Like bourbon, like a good bourbon and ginger ale is good together. It's got a good
I just
taste.
never drink Jack and Cokes because I don't want that level of fucking caffeine when I'm trying to go to sleep eventually.
Yeah, that's well. I mean, ginger ale's got no caffeine, and I would use
No,
like
I know. I like
the
ginger
zero
ale.
and get like the zero sugar ones. Like get like
I mean,
that kind of
ginger
shit.
ale's not that different, just like than having seltzer. It just has some more flavor to it.
Exactly, it's pretty much the same thing, especially when you're doing the 0 calorie thing.
Not, I mean, I'm not really intentionally. It's just I always like the fact that um, vodka doesn't have that much flavor, so whatever you add to it just masks it easily.
Bourbon's got like a little bit of like a brown sugar taste too, which is kind of nice.
Yeah, did you ever have Fireball, that like cinnamon whiskey?
Yeah, and did you hear about that whole thing? Did you hear about the little controversy with that?
No.
You know the little ones, like the little travel airport ones?
Yeah.
They're not even whiskey. It's like malt liquor mixed with caramel coloring, like a Coke, like a Coca Cola,
Yeah.
and that's what it is.
It's
It's
funny you say
not
that.
even.
When I was working construction for a little bit, there was this guy that would buy like five of those little airplane bottles, and like all he did was like drink airplane bottles, and he get like a dollar meal,
Yeah, I remember you
burger
telling
with
me
no
this.
fries, and that was his lunch. A
Ugh.
dollar meal burger and a bunch of airplane liquor, and that was the only thing he ate the whole day. And I was like, he's like that's like superhuman type of shit.
Yeah, that's
If I did that, I would be fucking passed out in a ditch, like dehydrated.
he's got a tolerance, I'm sure. I'm sure he's got a tolerance.
Oh yeah.
Where it's like at that point it's like being like I mean like I was reading about Winston Churchill. Every single all day he would drink soda, which is probably seltzer when they're talking about it. Like seltzer and gin all day. Like all day.
I don't like gin.
Yeah, it's very British.
It's just like I don't know. I just find it so harsh.
Yeah, it's like I would say gin definitely worse than vodka. I don't like vodka, but I would definitely put gin lower. Like I'd rather mix something
I
with
don't know. I feel like
vodka.
you probably just haven't had good vodka drinks. Like if somebody makes something correctly, then you wouldn't even know that it had vodka in it.
I mean, my thing was this. I was and it goes back to like when I was like 14 years old. Like when I was 14 years old, I was with Nick Pape and I set out all these shots where I was like I'm just going to get drunk quick. So I poured 8 shots of vodka and I just did them like 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. And that was the last time I ever had vodka. Just cuz I threw up like crazy after that. So that's really been my experience. It's been almost
Yeah,
like
I mean
20
that's
years.
I don't know. That's like a pretty ridiculous. I mean, 8 shots is way too much for me.
Yeah, I mean that was my first
Now
time like really drinking too, and I was like, I'm just gonna do this to get it done quick, and I just literally just took
I don't
8
know.
shots in a
I don't
row.
know why you would have a bias against vodka after that experience, considering how ridiculous it was.
It's true, but every time I've had like, I mean I've had it like little bits here and there. It never really does much for me. It just gives me the smell of rubbing alcohol, and that kind of grosses me out.
Well, unless you're pouring it all over yourself, it shouldn't smell like anything.
Yeah,
Why is it getting all over your hands and shit?
no, just like I don't know, like let's say someone's cooking with it, making like penny vodka or something. Just the smell.
I don't. I don't know. I like penny vodka. You've never
Oh,
had
I love penny vodka. It's great. Vodka sauce is great. It's easy too. Just like I make my regular sauce, like my red sauce, and then you just add
you need cream, right?
heavy cream and
Yeah.
vodka, and just let the vodka kind of burn out. It's good. It's easy.
Do you have to flambe the shit where it blows up, or it doesn't matter?
No, it just fucking cooks out. Once you start, I always like cook with wine and everything. Like once you cook it out and it's boiling, it's only like a little bit till like the liquor is gone. And
Yeah,
also,
I did it Escal and Sabine once, but I don't remember. I think it might have been like a part of the French onion soup shit, and that's not something I really want to eat. I just don't like onion like that.
yeah. But French cooking, man, I kind of do some stuff that is typically French, like a mirepoix. Like I always like I'll make a mirepoix for like
Yeah, but
making
that's
sauce.
universal. That's just
Yeah, and then
the basis of a lot of stuff.
I'll
It's
deglaze that mirepoix with like red wine. I'll pour red wine. That'll like heat up really quick and kind of like glaze over.
yeah, they use a lot of cream too. Every time I would make the potato like stuff for them, they would say more salt or more butter, and I already like tasted it and thought it was way too fucking much.
Oh yeah, yeah. I made a
So
steak
then I
like
just
that.
had to like adjust my palate and just say like, fuck if I think this is good, I'm
Yeah,
just gonna go for what they want.
yeah. I made a steak that was like the traditional restaurant way to make a steak, which is like basting a steak in tons of fucking butter. It's good, but it's definitely a lot of butter. It's like you're
Yeah, you
using
see
like a
how
half
they
stick of
like
butter.
spoon it all over it and stuff to spread it out as it cooks.
Yeah, it cooks it quicker too. It's like that's part of it too. It's like an efficiency where you
No,
can
no,
get
but
the
like,
steak out
you know
quick.
what I mean? Like when you put it at the bottom of the pan
Yeah, you
and
tilt it
then
and butter
tilt it
based.
and spoon and tilt and
Yeah,
spoon. That is like so much fucking. That's even more butter than just like letting it sit there
it's good
in
for
the middle of
keto
the pan and
stuff.
just like rest.
You're doing keto stuff. That's good. All butter. It's
Yeah, they
funny.
used to give us like a lot of good. They would call it like family meal, but it's just pretty much uh whatever stuff we had around, and they'd like make shit out of it. So like every day, I just got like you know it wasn't free because like
Yeah, it's
working,
not
but
free.
they would just like make whatever like they had, man. Like every day was just like some random thing that's like fucking awesome.
Yeah, you got to check out the show The Bear. The Bear. Have you ever heard of that show? It's good.
Yeah, I remember you sent something a while back. It's the guy from that remake of the that William H Macy show. Fuck, what is it?
Shameless.
It's like this family that's like all fucked up.
Shameless.
Yeah, Shameless.
Which guy? The main guy? Oh yeah. The main
Yeah,
guy. Yeah.
isn't he like the main character?
Yeah, I never saw Shameless, so this is really the first time I saw him. He's really fucking good in the show. He's great. It's like I think he won an Emmy too. It's well deserved.
You boot this guy out of the your mouth.
Yeah, he was awesome in it. That show is good. They have they almost do exactly what you're talking about, where like before they open, they have like a meal with like the whole crew of people, kind of like I feel like whatever's sort of there, or like the secondary
Because you're not
chef
gonna do
makes.
any. You're not gonna be able to do anything for the next 16 hours.
Yeah, that's definitely part of the show. Or it's like
It's like so hard just to even go to the bathroom.
yeah, it's like the sous chef makes it in that show, where it's like the sous chef kind of shows off like what they can do to the family meal kind of thing.
Well, you should check
It was
out
a good show.
the Shameless reboot then.
I mean, I've heard it's good. I've just not a lot of
It's
interest in
okay.
that.
Emma Rossum's pretty much the main character, and then I keep forgetting to use that shield.
Damn, we're fucking shit up here. That was whoa, plowed through right there. This is a good group. We can
We
just
have a
go.
ton of hunters. Look at that.
That's
See how many?
yeah. I was just looking at the side here.
I
That'll
wasn't
take
even able to
shit
get
out.
anything off. Everything like died before I even get my spells casted. Oh shit! Here, everyone's here. They just respawned.
Yeah, this group's fucking shit up.
Yeah, we're actually losing though.
Yeah. The main group is here. The main group's in this one little spot we are. Yeah, you're right. Could be like matter of time.
Yeah, I mean, this shit just started. You don't even know what to expect. I'm getting fucked up though. I gotta get the fuck out of here.
Definitely
I got
noticed.
this warrior on me. Where you at? Can I get some bubbles or something?
Where you at? Oh shit! I gotta
Right next to you.
I gotta.
This warrior is like up my fucking ass. I don't know what I did.
Oh, I see you over here.
Oh, asshole! Shit.
I got you.
Can't even get anything off. It's fucking. It's a shit.
Yeah, this is a little odd. We're like ripping shit up, but we're not winning.
Yeah, because we're not actually playing the map. We're just fighting.
Yeah, I always figure someone else to do that shit.
I don't even want to win.
Nah, I don't give a
We don't.
shit.
Well, no, actually, we do. Never mind. We do want XP. I keep forgetting.
Not
I'm
really.
Not, like, on
We'll get to 19. You know, like we'll get there.
yeah, that's true. Might as well just like chill on whatever we're doing.
Like this is fine. We're losing, but we're still like killing people. This is fine.
Yeah, I need time to like figure this character out because I'm not good on a mage. You know, like you've been playing one for a while. I don't even know what the fuck to do.
Yeah, I mean, I know what to do with the mage for sure. This Shadow Priest, I'm actually getting really used to. I mean, it's nice
I know
having a
you
heal.
you've been doing so much damage from the very beginning, and then now it's getting like
It's
you're
funny.
doing just as much as the hunters are.
It sucks too because this character was, I remember, was like such a struggle. That's all I remember. Was like I wanted this character to be good, but was such a
No, I
struggle.
remember it too. I remember like trying to get you to play Shadow Priest because I was playing a Shadow Priest on my like uh higher level one, and I liked it. I feel like at the time they had some kind of buff, and that's why we were all like back into them. And then I feel like they got buffed again now, and that's why everyone's getting back into them.
I mean, they're
You don't
definitely
almost feel like
buffed. I
cycles.
think priests in general are buffed or something because discipline pretty ridiculous too.
Man, I
Dis
fucking love Blink.
oh, it blinks great. Yeah, yeah. You can use it in so many good
It's just like
ways.
it's just there's so many times where like I'm about to get fucking murked, and then just they don't know it's coming.
It's also like
Shit,
offensive too, as well as
I got a
defensive
rogue
kind
on
of
me.
thing.
Can I get a shield?
Yeah,
Get out of here. My cooldown's fucked up.
I'm on this guy too. All right, let me heal you. I got you. Oh shit, I got
Fucking rogue is
disoriented.
up my ass. Thank you. That was like a ridiculous fight.
I'm probably going down here.
No, we killed everybody.
Oh, nice. Oh wow. Wow, we just fucked shit up there.
Yeah, I'm starting to get this character figured out, and then actually do damage instead of just running around like an asshole.
But we're actually like doing decent shit here. We're like getting a little spot. We're getting this base.
We should go somewhere else though. There's so many people here already.
We really should start getting towards middle.
Yeah, let's go. Let's get out of here. Go in the Zeppelin. Yeah, it's very confusing that we're losing because it feels like
Yeah,
we've
we're
been
playing
dominating the
good.
whole time.
I think
Neither one of us has died.
everyone's with us too. It's like I think that's part of it. It's like they're following our lead or something.
Yeah, and we're all doing the wrong thing
Yep,
apparently to
exactly.
actually win. Yeah, we're getting a little too far out here with not enough help.
Nah, that's fine. Oh, never mind. I died. Not fine. I think this horde group is actually playing it well. They're like getting the
Yeah,
flag at the right time.
we're not doing something correctly for it to be going like this. But I don't know what we're supposed to do. Shit, I'm dead too. Yeah, um,
They keep getting the
I guess we're
flag
supposed
too.
to. I don't know. Either like you run the flag or you get three of them, like you're in AB and just sit on them. I don't know. And then you hold the flag. You know what I mean? Like you get three and hold the flag without capping it. Oh shit! They're graveyard camping us.
Get towards the middle. Everything's happening in the middle right now.
I'm getting killed. They're camping our graveyard. Oh, never mind. I'm an idiot.
We should be winning this shit. This is everyone's kind of playing. Our team is not bad.
And I keep forgetting I'm Alliance. I just ran into the Horde fucking shit, thinking I was playing
I,
defense.
I was doing the same thing. I was going towards the horde
Like
bases.
I just suicided into like a whole group of people, and I was like, "What? Where's everyone?" And I'm like, "Oh, fuck! I shouldn't be here."
Definitely dots fucking are ridiculous.
Yeah, it does feel like they're not improved, but
All right. This is a little crazy. Our group is not good or something. Yeah, it is. We're
yeah, we're
playing
getting
what we're
fucked.
killing shit, but they're controlling every base.
Hmm. I think we've been fighting in the roads too much.
Probably.
Remember in like AB, but people always yell at you if you fought in the road.
Shit, just got killed.
Oh shit! I got stuff on me. I'm dead.
I'm dead too, so I'm right next to you.
All right, I'll be right back. It's like over. I'll get some
Yeah,
water.
this is done.
Actually, hold on. Let me wait until it's over and then queue. I don't. It's hard to gauge like how much time it's gonna take for us to lose.
Yeah, we're almost done.
Yeah.
I don't. It's this isn't a bad group though. It's funny. It's just not put together.
Yeah, we just fucked around too much.
We're not getting like camped, but like you would think this score would be getting camped.
I know. It's just we didn't play the map at
Yeah.
all. We also look at the healing. We had no healers.
Yeah, there's no one queued as a healer in our group at
See that
all.
shit?
Yeah,
We had one really good healer, and then after that, nothing. No one.
I'm probably
So
up
all
there.
they had to do was just kill Valentina, which was priest. They had one, two, three. Oh, wait, I'm looking at the wrong fucking goddamn team.
All right, well, shit, I did pretty good damage though.
We all did. It just
Yeah,
didn't
we
seem to
both did.
matter.
Got 15K.
No, I didn't really. I kind of like lost track of what was going on towards the end there, but the group seemed fine. I don't know. We just shit didn't. We didn't do the map.
Hold on, queue that group up again.
Okay.
I got the queue and I was still in. Okay, I'll be
You
back.
got it.
Yeah, I can
Okay.
still,
Yeah.
that's what's good about these
Don't take it unless
earbuds.
I'm here.
I can still hear things, but I can't talk. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Don't take it yet.
I'm back. Yeah, Streamlabs is much better. You can do a lot more shit. Just nice. There's some things about StreamYards that were good. We got to figure out Discord, man. Got to figure that out.
You mean pop?
Not yet. I'm telling you, man, you should get these.
Oh,
You should get these Raycons. They're good. Like they don't feel bad in your ear at all, and they got like a mic in them.
get what?
The Raycon earbuds.
Oh, for what?
No, they're not bad. Got a mic in them.
I already have headphones, like several.
Do you have some that have a mic in it or no?
A mic in it,
Yeah, a lot of them have that.
like a headset built in.
Well, I mean, these are earbuds, but they have it built in.
I don't know. I
I think a
haven't
lot of
really
them have it built in now.
used them for that.
These are just surprisingly comfortable. They're not bad at all. Like before, I was like when I had to go like walk like leave the room, I had to like take my headphones off and all that shit. I could just walk around the whole house and I'm still connected. I like that.
Yeah. But I don't. I don't really walk around my house with my earbuds in.
You ain't living, man. You gotta try it.
You know what I mean? Like, why are you doing that?
You ain't, like, I mean, I used to like I said, I like when I'd have to go take a piss, I'd like take these headphones off, put them down here, and I'd go like take a piss. Now it's like I can just fucking piss with these things on.
You should get like a what is it, cochlear implant, where you don't even need the headphones, man. Just like tap that shit on your ear and it goes.
I think
You
we're
know
a
what I
few
mean?
years away from that, but yeah, that's gonna be the
Isn't
thing.
that Star Trek feature? Doesn't somebody have that?
Well, I mean, there's like cyborg type people. Like, I mean, Data is basically a cyborg, so well, he
No, no,
is.
no.
He's
I
a
mean like
robot.
ones that have that actual like thing that they do when they tap it and it goes instead of like just having it built in or like you know what I mean? Like it's an actual like thing that they have to turn on and off.
Not that I can super remember. There have been a lot of things that have been predicted, like predicted by Star Trek, and then become real things. Actually, I heard a podcast talking about it where it's like it's kind of like talking about how our reality is like a matrix, and that like a lot of these things that were predicted in quotes were really just like seeded into the matrix like we live, and then eventually it happens. There's a lot of things like that.
Just like cycles and recycled stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, tablets and shit were in Star Trek. There's like so many things. Google Glass. I mean, that's like done though now. You don't see that anymore. Remember that?
Vaguely, just the name like just triggered like that response. I don't know why, but yeah, I remember like people
That didn't
with
take off.
yeah, with those glasses that uh they lit up a little bit too, didn't they?
I think could have had a light, but I remember like my first company I worked at was like an app company, and we had a dude who like kind of
Move
like
forward.
yeah, he kind of petitioned like the boss to like, hey, you should get one of these Google Glass so we could develop apps on it. And it was like we had it. It's like the fucking stupidest thing. It's like the tiniest screen you could think of. It's literally like a centimeter big on the right side of your like vision. It's so stupid. It was just like
Well, that's probably why it didn't take off.
yeah, I mean it was undeniably cool, but like not practical at all. You know, it's funny. You could have like developed it and realized, okay, this is not practical, and then they like pretended it was. Actually, Last of Us has uses like tricorders for sure in that show.
Uses what?
Like tricorders from Star Trek. That's kind of where you like scan the body and see like if something's wrong, like a health check. Last of Us kind of has that for
Oh,
like if there's a zombie, like they can kind of like scan a body and see if you're infected.
nice.
Yeah, that show is fucking good.
You should do
That
like
that really is
review
worth
of it.
watching. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm sure everyone else
Or
is, but
you should do a review of it, and then you should do like a hybrid where you do like the bad reviews with it also like, together.
yeah. I mean, they did an episode that was very like Nick Offerman was in it. He was like
Yeah, I saw that.
yeah, he
He
was like a
had really long
prepper.
hair, and he was singing some kind of song or something.
Yeah, he was like a gay character. He had like a husband. Like they kind of had like a husband. It was a decent story, but you got to interject the woke stuff.
Whatever. I mean, at this point, it's so like oversaturated. You don't really.
It wasn't too bad.
You have
Like
to expect it at a
it
certain level.
it wasn't too bad. I mean, I feel like if you were offended by it, you're kind of super homophobic. It's not that. It wasn't that big of a deal. But
Nothing
I mean,
really offends me. It's just the annoyance of it being like pushed so hard over and over and over again. That's I don't care about it existing at all. It's just the shoving it down my throat so often and like so blatant that is obnoxious. I don't care about like the ideology of anything, really.
yeah. I mean,
It's just being like bombarded that I don't like.
I also don't care if it's done in like a good story. You know, like what is it? The Game of Thrones House of Dragon is a good example with the black stuff where it was like that was done in a good way. It's like they introduced like racial characters in a great way, where actually it affected the story. Whereas like you obviously knew those kids weren't the Valerians because they weren't black, so it actually like
Yeah.
helped this. It helped the story, where it's like Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power was like ridiculous, like it didn't add to the plot. It actually added to the
I
plot.
mean, I guess that's just examples of good and bad writing.
Yeah, I mean that show is fucking terrible. Fucking terrible. It's so
It
such a
definitely felt like
shame.
a slog. Every episode, I was just trying to get through it, and then at a certain point, it's like I just don't even want to do this to myself anymore. It's like
Yeah.
it's not fun.
No, it was not. It was not good, and it was like a ridiculous end. At the end, Galadriel. Well,
You saw the whole fucking
oh,
thing?
of course, I watched it all. Yeah, yeah, of
Why?
course.
I thought you told me to stop. You actually went through the whole fucking.
Yeah, I mean, I would tell anyone to stop, but I watched it just to see. Like, I had to see how bad this is. But
Are you a completist?
I would never tell anyone to watch it. That's another way to put it. Like
Are you a completist?
I'll take the pain. No, I'll take the pain. I'm more of like what is that? Like what's that? Like a masochist. I'll take the pain
Yeah,
of watching
masochist.
that shit, but I would never tell anyone to watch
That's
Rings of
definitely how
Power.
it felt. It felt like a slow torture.
Yeah. Ugh. Ugh.
Is it gonna continue? Are there more seasons?
Yeah, it's gonna continue, and I think they even like admitted like it sucks. Like all the showrunners said like, oh yeah, we're gonna do a lot of things different. There's gonna be a lot more battles. Like that's not what was bad. Just the whole thing was bad. The
More
only
battles?
the only good thing is Isildur had a sister who was hot, who had big tits, and then there was another character who kind of looked like Ava
What's that?
Adams who had big tits. So it's like I was fine with that.
When was that?
That was throughout the whole
That wasn't
series.
on what I saw.
It maybe was like, what episode did you see? When did you stop?
Three of
Episode.
them?
Yeah, it was like kind of like 4 or 5 after that. Well, no, you probably saw the girl who was like the Southlands girl who had the son, and she was dating like the Don Lemon looking guy, the elf. Did you see that character?
Um, they're in like the first couple. Yeah, I think they're in the first couple episodes.
Yeah, I thought she was good. She looked like
You go
Ava
to their
Adams.
house and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a mess. It really is like they didn't tell a single story. Like, and they have Gandalf in the show, but he's not Gandalf. They can't say he's Gandalf because they don't have the rights to Gandalf. Yeah, that's like
Uh,
also fucked. It's like they couldn't really even do this show because they don't have the rights.
it's kind
That
of
doesn't help
embarrassing.
you. And like the hobbits, they're not hobbits because they don't have the
It
rights to
really is like
hobbits.
it's
It's
like sci-fi
ridiculous.
level. It's like bastardized sci-fi level Lord of the Rings. It's so shitty. It
Yeah.
really takes away from like everything else in the franchise.
And I did hear that Amazon has a good show called The Expanse, which is sci-fi. It's supposed to be good.
Yeah, I don't think everything they do is complete dog shit, but I'm
No, I
just
mean
talking about the
The Boys
level
is
of
good.
like budget and quality.
I like The Boys, but I've only seen season 1. I
No, I
heard
mean there's good shows that you can do without having a budget. You know, like you do see the difference. It just takes good like everything else.
I heard The Boys season 2 made like an incel the villain or something, kind of like Ghostbusters reboot thing. Is that what happened in Boys? That's all I heard. Was that an incel was the villain
In what?
in The Boys season 2?
Oh, I didn't finish it. I only got one episode in,
Oh,
and then I
okay.
got distracted with like basketball starting up.
Yeah, I only saw the first season, which was really good. Really good. I like Jack Quaid. He's good. He's like a Evan Peters type type actor.
That's the main guy.
Yeah. Oh, another good show. I don't know if you ever saw Mayor of Easttown. That's really good. Kate Winslet and Evan Peters are in it.
What's it about?
It's like a murder thing. It's like a murder mystery thing in Pennsylvania, kind of like outside Philly in the suburbs, so everyone kind of has that Pennsylvania accent. It's really good. That was one of the better shows. Like, it's just a one-off thing. It's like, like there's only gonna be one season. Kind of all gets settled.
Complex.
I should have it on Plex. It's if I don't, I will put it on. It's really good. It's like probably one of the better things I've seen from HBO. Also, The Outsider was really good. That was Stephen King with Jason
Yeah, we
Bateman.
watched that.
Yeah, you watched that, right?
Yeah, that's with like the mythological creature that could transform into different people.
Yeah, and it's got the king from uh, House of Dragons, Patty something, whatever his name is. That king was great in House of Dragon. He was like the best fucking performance.
Yeah, he's a good actor. He's been in a lot of British and Scottish films, and um,
He's definitely in Hot Fuzz. I know that.
yeah, and he's in the one with the aliens. He's one
Yeah,
of the
yeah,
main
yeah.
crew.
Patty
I think his
Constantine.
name is like Reese something, R RYH something. But yeah,
Yeah, what is the name of
the
that movie?
what's that alien movie that
You're
Simon
talking
Pegg
about the
did?
Edgar Wright movie, right?
Yeah, Edgar Wright. Yeah.
World's End? The World's End?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, Patty Constantine. He's really good. He apparently he has like autism and shit. He's like, all he does is like know how to act, and that's kind of it.
Huh.
I can kind of see that because he was really good
So
in
he can't
House of
like wipe
Dragon.
his ass and stuff.
Yeah, him and
He
Matt
needs like an
Smith.
assistant.
Him and Matt Smith were like really big standouts of that show. They were like really like they didn't even have to fucking do anything on screen, and they looked better than everyone else. That was like Matt Smith. It's like he didn't really do much in that show, but was really good. You're just kind of there. This is a good Doctor Who too. Wasn't bad. Do you ever see Doctor Who at all or no?
Yeah, I mean, you used to watch him all the time. That and Darth Marini's Dark Place, uh, the IT crowd. Watch like a lot of British comedy.
Yeah, I mean I always liked that. I think I'm in the rare for Doctor Who, but I always liked that Chris Eccleston guy the best. I always thought he was
Yeah.
my favorite Doctor. I know everyone
Well, I
likes
mean, the
David
show's
Tennant.
been on for so fucking long. You're the like the doctor you like is probably based on just someone.
He was only on in the like when they brought back Doctor Who, who's the first season, and that was it. And then it was after that was David Tennant.
The guy from Harry Potter stuff, right? Wasn't he in that? He was
He's
one
in
of the
he's in one movie. It's funny people. Yeah, he's in one movie.
whatever. Good for him.
Yeah,
He
no. Yeah.
needed it.
I mean, Harry Potter. They really I'll give them that. All their actors they got are like ridiculously good. All like the adult characters were always very good actors.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like
It's ridiculous.
The character actors.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No, of course. That's why that franchise didn't last 2 years. It lasted fucking 10. It's more than just three kids in the fucking book.
Yeah, it's really
Yeah.
smart. Smart, like you're gonna have like child type actors, so you might as well get like really good adult actors to kind of complement them, and they did that
The
well.
only thing about that though is like the older ones they started with didn't make it through.
Well, only one guy, Richard Harris, died, and he was like,
No, there was more than one.
well, that's the
Angela
only one.
Bassett died. The midget guy died. There's
No, no,
oh
no. The
no,
midget
what?
guy is fucking Willow. He's still alive.
Yeah, never mind. Sorry. I didn't mean the midget guy. I meant
The only one who
the
died was the only one who died
the
during it.
giant guy.
No, he died
Sure?
recently. He just died like this year. Yeah, Robert Coltrane. He died this year. Hagrid.
Oh, okay. But that's what I meant when I said the midget guy. I didn't
Yeah,
mean him.
yeah. That's what's
Because
his
he's
fucking
in the
name?
Willow reboot. I just saw
Yeah,
him.
what's his name? Warwick Davis. That's Warwick Davis.
Yeah, and he's in that show with
Ricky Gervais.
well, and the lizard guy, the Salanders.
Carl Pilkington.
No, Steve. What's his name? Marriott.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I mean, I definitely think that that first Dumbledore guy was way better. He felt like a
No,
wizard or something.
definitely, yeah.
He
He
really
was
felt
perfect for
like
that role. It's just he didn't get to ride it out for the next 20 years.
he was like good friends with he was like good friends with Ian McKellen and shit too. It's like both of them
Yeah,
feel like wizards or something.
but that's what's cool about that franchise is like that and like um that Boyhood movie. You know, like those are the type of things where like you don't see the same cast for like 5, 10 years in a fucking row. You know, that's
Nah,
not
yeah.
normal for a movie or a franchise. I mean,
Yeah, and they chose good kids. They all kind of got better with acting. Like that
I
Ron
don't know. I
character.
mean, none of them, other than like Emma Watson, none of them really went on to like major shit. Daniel Radcliffe did good, but Rupert
No,
Grint or whatever
no, he's
just
in
kind of
stuff.
fucked off.
He's in stuff with he's in it's called The Servant. It's a M Night Shyamalan show. He's good in it. Yeah. He's good. He's good.
Oh, okay.
He's a good actor. Same with
It's good that he's still
Radcliffe. He's
getting
not
stuff. I
bad.
didn't know that.
I would say the opposite. I think Emma Thompson really hasn't like I know
Oh,
she's got
Watson.
Thompson, yeah, Watson, yeah. She's gotten roles, but I don't think she's that
Emma
great.
Thompson's from.
Yeah, she's 90s. That is also weird too how it's like I remember when those books came out, like that shit was we were fucking kids.
Yeah, I remember in that Boyhood movie. That's like one of the major plot points. Is when Harry Potter came out.
Yeah, I mean it was a big thing. I mean I remember the
You know what's
books
funny?
being popular, like
I just realized that like that Boyhood movie, Richard Linklater did, and Harry Potter have that same like length and the same reference too, where they go see the movie in his movie.
yeah. I mean it really is for our generation, it is like the Star Wars. It is the
No, for me it was Lord of the Rings. I mean,
Oh, I agree.
that
But
was,
for
that was
yeah,
my
I
Star
agree.
Wars.
Yeah.
That
I
shit
definitely agree
won
with
like
that.
people
It's
forget that
yeah.
shit won like all these fucking Oscars and stuff.
Yeah.
Remember, like for everything, not just special effects.
Yeah. I
And you
mean it
didn't see
was
like goofy ass science fiction level type shit win like that before.
it's crazy too. It's like what is it? Well, all right, we're in 2023, so it came out 20 years ago. 20th anniversary of the whole thing, pretty much in December for Return of the King. I remember seeing it in. I think it was the day before New Year's, Fellowship of the Ring with Andrew. That's kind of where Andrew saw all this. We all saw it together, and then Andrew got it
Yeah,
big
I saw
into it.
all of them in theaters.
Yeah, it was awesome. I saw Harry Potter. I don't remember which one, but I was in England when I saw it. Oh no. I saw Return of the King the second time in the UK. That's where I remember
What was
seeing
that
it.
like?
It was good. I remember like everyone in the movie theater was like I was talking to kids. They were like, "Oh, your accent is so posh. You sound like you're from Hollywood." That's what they said to me.
Yeah, but we're from Jersey.
Yeah, but we have a dry accent. We don't have the New Jersey accent. So we sort of we
I've
sound
never
like the
really
movies to them, like
I've never really encountered that being told that I have an accent before ever.
yeah, they said like,
It
"Oh, you
probably does
sound
sound like really like blunt and dumb and like.
I don't know, we sound like how they hear a movie, like that's all the movies they get too. So we sound more like the flat American accent. We don't have
Yeah,
the Jersey accent kind of thing.
no, like a couple people I work with learn different languages from watching like TV shows in different languages and stuff. So it almost like you get like almost like this subconscious, not like brainwashing, but like it just seeps in, and then when you hear it and read it, not hear it, I mean not read it. When you hear it, you kind of can somewhat get like phrases and sentences out of it. Oh, we're getting fucked. Get out of there. Run.
Oh yeah, I'm getting fucked. Yeah, no, it's true. That's exactly true. I mean, it's funny hearing from someone who like isn't from here who learns from our shitty movies. It's funny. Shows you the power of Hollywood a little
Somebody
bit.
I work with is from Macedonia, and they learned Spanish from just watching TV shows in Spanish for years.
Macedonia, so they're like fucking Greek. They're like some weird Greek motherfucker.
Yeah, it's right near Greek. It's
Fucking
Serbian.
Alexander the Great type shit. That's like what I think of Macedonia. I hear that.
When I hear that, I think of Colin Farrell and Rosario Dawson in that shitty Alexander movie
Oh, that
with
sucks.
Oliver Stone.
Yeah, I never saw that, but
Jared Leto is
sucks.
like his secret gay boyfriend, and
Oh god,
they
that's
conquer.
bullshit. Ugh, that's crazy. If you like study any
What?
kind of history, it's like Alexander the Great's like ridiculous. He really should have a good movie, but he doesn't.
Well, that's the one I know. I'm sure there's others that are older that came out. You know, like like first Spartacus level type movie thing. But I'm just referring to that one.
Yeah, there's a good podcast called Hardcore History that goes through all like the Macedonians, Persians, all that shit.
Shit, we got fucked. It's like
Alexander the
way too
Great
much.
kind of had it easy. He was like a son of a king that was sort of like conquering shit anyway. Son of Philip the Second. Oh yeah, we're getting pushed in a little bit here. Wow, they're really going for me here. Jesus Christ.
I just ran into the mountains. Still in this shit, sorta,
Yeah, I don't get it.
right?
Yeah, we are, but it's like our group has not been playing that great.
Well, I think we're starting to realize there's horde maps and alliance maps, and we're not getting the horde maps anymore.
This is traditionally an alliance map.
Is it?
Yeah, this would always be one we'd lose. I remember that.
I don't know. I mean, if people would ever fucking listen to me and just get stable, not stables, farm, mid, and lumber mill, that's it. That's all you
Watch
got to
out.
do.
Watch out, you're getting targeted here.
I know. I could feel it. I got charged.
Hold
Oh,
on, come back, come
fuck.
back, come back, come back. I got you.
I got a rogue on me now.
I got him.
Why is everyone targeting me? I have like no gear. My damage is shit. You
That
know,
fucking
I
rogue
don't
sucks.
understand. Like, I guess just I'm dead.
Yeah, shit. You know what's funny? This character is really. I definitely like this Shadow Priest the best, which is funny.
I like it too. I just we got to get to 19 so you have all your talents. Because what is your like end game max? You know what I'm talking about? Like your, you know,
Our group is pretty good. We got good damage. Hmm. What's my end game thing? I don't know. I don't know what my end game stat is. I think I'm kind of there.
Look at your talent tree.
It looks like this thing called Mind Seer, which is I don't know. I guess it's a channeled thing. It's probably similar to like my Mind Flay.
Oh shit! Where these motherfuckers come from? Damn. I was not paying attention. I was like looking at your gears.
They keep going for me like fucking crazy. No, my gear on this character is good though. I do like everything I have. Whatever it is, it matches up with Shadow well.
I
Oh,
love the damage shield. That's like my favorite thing about Priest.
yeah, it helps.
The bubble
Yeah,
and renew, or like like that.
Renew is awesome. It really is. Like it does more than you think. Like I give you a Renew spell, and I don't realize how it actually helps you out. Like to me, it's just like a
But like when
fucking
you
one
stack them
click.
together, like you go shield and then renew afterwards because you already got the damage buff, and then it's healing over time as it blocks it. You know
Yeah.
that combination together.
Damn, we've been in two close matches where we're like a little bit worse than Horde, just by like a
Yeah,
little
that'll
bit.
happen on these big maps. You get like just that's why I hate them. Like you
Yeah.
play the whole fucking thing out and just get fucked right at the end.
This was like a very even match, like 55 to 45 kind of thing. But I think they got it right here. Yeah, they got it. You got to get center. We never had center, I don't think, the whole time. That's a big part of it.
Yeah, I mean, I say the shit in the beginning, and everyone just gets annoyed most of the time because they don't like being told what to do. But you go fucking mid, farm, and lumber mill, you win like most of the time when you do that shit.
Yeah,
It's the easiest route to respawn and then go back and help people.
exactly.
It's just when you tell people to do it, they get annoyed. They don't want to
Yeah.
listen to you.
No one wants
So
to do that. No one wants to listen to people.
I know it's just saying it pisses people off. So I just kind of don't say shit and just hope they more than not know to do it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No one wants to listen, including myself. That's the way of life, man. You want to do your own thing. It is. I have noticed, like, I have the kind of coming back to WoW. I have the WoW itch of like, even though I don't want to get into it, I kind of want to see what the new expansion's like. It's like, but I know I don't want to do it. It's like I
Well,
have both
you know what?
sides
If
to
you
me.
want, maybe we could split it and just like uh, take turns leveling up shit, and
Well, I'd
you
want
know,
to. If I'm gonna do that, I'd rather do that Warlords of Draenor, because then it's like you could eventually have a twink, you know.
that's what this guy said. He said WOD,
Yeah, I mean it's
and
all it is.
he was level 20 in all purple shit, and I dueled him, and he three shot me.
It's
So I don't know what the fuck that is, but there's some like level 20 cap in this version of retail that you can do.
Did you say that or did you say WOT Wrath of the Lich King? WOTLK. Did he say that?
Let me see if I can go back and find it.
Because Wrath of the Lich
Oh
King
no,
would
just
make
his
more sense.
combat log.
I'm looking at mug shotties. Oh yeah, this girl looks crazy as shit. Transportation violations. Didn't know what this charge was, so I googled it. And basically, she either stole a vehicle or was riding unknowingly in a stolen vehicle. Probably stole a vehicle.
Yeah.
Domestic battery. Criminal damage to property and possession of marijuana. Number 2, possession of marijuana. 2 for special. Mugshot 3 days apart. Oh, she got arrested twice. She wins the special here. Aggravated stalking. Never heard of that charge.
Aggravated stalking. I mean, what what is the difference between normal stalking and aggravated?
I guess like you knew not to do it.
Penetration?
Yeah, I guess you knew you're not probably that. You know what that must mean? That must mean there's
Somebody watching?
no. What's that thing where you have like a legal limit around you?
A witness?
No, where it's like you could only be in so many yards of someone.
Oh, a restraining order.
Yeah, that must mean that there's a restraining order and she violated it. Professional
Yeah, I
driving.
mean, restraining orders are really hard to enforce
Yeah,
because no one's around ever for when you actually say you have one.
yeah.
So they might as well not exist.
Oh, I see. Hornets and Celtics is trending here. What's going on? They're just playing, just having a game.
Hornets and Celtics.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know who's on the Hornets or Celtics these days. Oh, this guy
Um,
wasn't Terry Rozier a Raptor? Am I wrong?
Terry Rozier.
Yeah, was he a Raptor at one point?
No, he was on the Celtics,
Oh,
and
okay.
he signed in free agency a few years ago. He had like a big playoff series because a bunch of people are out, and then he um, parlayed that into a big contract with the Hornets. Now they're one of the worst teams in the league.
Ah, okay.
They have
Was that
LaMelo
North?
Ball from that uh, Ball's Life show with Lonzo Ball and uh,
Are the Hornets back in Charlotte or where are they? I know they were New Orleans at one point. Are they
yeah, when
back
they
in
had
Charlotte?
Muggsy Bogues and Larry Johnson and Glenn
That was
Rice.
Charlotte. That was Charlotte, North
Yeah,
Carolina.
yeah, that was Charlotte. And then there were the Bobcats and shit with Kemba Walker.
Was that
Yeah,
was that the
some of these
Charlotte
franchises like
Bobcats?
nobody wants them and they just get passed around.
Was that the Charlotte Bobcats?
Yeah, Charlotte Bobcats. Yeah,
Wait. The Charlotte Hornets moved to New Orleans to become the Pelicans, and
yeah,
then they made a new team in Charlotte, which was the Bobcats, which was taking on the old name. Is that what happened?
yeah. And then they're
That's
gone,
really
and
weird.
now it's Charlotte. Um, again.
Now it's Charlotte Hornets. That's fucking weird.
Yeah,
That's really
I just
weird.
added somebody from yesterday, or I mean, this morning, Gordon Hayward, who's one of the best white players in the league from Gonzaga.
Wait, so that means they had to get the rights to be the
I mean,
Hornets.
not Gonzaga, Butler.
They had to get the rights from the Hornets from the Pelicans, from New Orleans team. That's really weird. That's fucking strange. Because the Pelicans still exist, am I right? Are they still around? Or are they gone?
No, yeah, they have Zion Williamson,
Okay,
who's
yeah,
one
yeah.
of the um.
Man, he needs to be a Nick. He should have been a Nick. He's like a Shaq, right? He's kind of like a second
They
coming of
needed.
Shaq.
I mean, you. I think he went number one, so it's hard to have that. You know what I mean? Like it's hard to get that pick.
Is he like a Shaq? Or is he like
You know he is. He's like Shaq, but he's like
probably can
6'8"
shoot better?
and has a vertical that makes him like he's 7 foot.
Okay.
I don't. That's the best way I can explain it. And he's built like a linebacker to where he can post up like Charles Barkley used to, and just score 30 and shoot like 90% from the field,
Okay.
just dunking over and over and over.
So
The
he's
only
like
thing is he can't shoot threes yet, and his free throw percentage is pretty bad.
okay, so that's like Shaq. So he's like a
It
Shaq.
is. It's similar, but uh, I think he can expand his game and shoot threes. Because Shaq never wanted to. Nobody really even thought about doing that back then.
I mean,
For people who are 7 foot.
he kind of sounds like an older type player, which is kind of cool. He sounds
Yeah,
like
he
someone.
is. He is kind of a throwback to like Charles Barkley, who
It's
was
kind of
like
cool.
6'6" and
I mean, that era of the '90s was so much better.
well, I mean, it's different. You know, like you had something like every team had like their representative of big man. It was like Jazz had Karl Malone, Knicks had Patrick Ewing, Rockets had Hakeem Olajuwon, Magic had Shaq. Like back then, it was like you just had to have that guy, and then
Yeah, Larry
there was like
Johnson.
lesser versions and stuff. Yeah, Larry Johnson on Charlotte with Muggsy Bogues,
He was good on the
and
Knicks
then
too. Yeah, I mean that was a good era. It was a lot funner, a lot more competitive.
Alonzo Mourning was a good
Yeah,
one
he
on
was good
Charlotte.
too. Yep, I remember him.
Let me think
I
of
mean,
some more.
Remember like Charlotte Hornets was like a big team. Like I remember people had the starter jackets for the Hornets all the time.
Well, because they were a newer franchise, they were expansion. Magic too.
Yeah, the
Like
Magic were
in the
cool.
'90s, the Magic were a new franchise.
Yeah, I mean they have good colors too. Like it's cool. They have a good branding. At least at that
By the
time,
way,
it was
you
perfect.
see, I got the orb.
Yeah, it was cool. Yeah, yeah. So
I just orbed him.
you got that thing that throws out in front.
I gotta say, orbing on somebody is kind of like finishing. You know, you
Yeah, it's
kind of
not
like
easy to
calm them to
do
death.
that orb shit.
I'll orb on you right now.
I won't be affected
It's
by it.
got like a, it's got a bounce back thing. What does that mean? Like,
I don't know.
does that mean they can't do anything when you get hit by it, or
I'm not too sure.
it's, the thing about some of these spells is like when you read it, it's like some of it is not really clear what the fuck it actually does. You know what I mean? Like just on the verbiage.
Yeah, it's true.
Like when I have to like okay, I think it I ordered them. Yeah. Oh fuck! I went too deep.
Yeah, I
I
had that
keep
happen
forgetting
earlier.
my fucking graveyards and shit. Shit, I'm dead.
I had that.
Oh,
Oh wait, I see you.
I'm alive.
I got
Oh
you.
no,
Ah,
I'm
no, you're
fucked.
dead. I couldn't
You
save
saw
you.
that
Yeah, I
idiotic
couldn't save you.
bullshit I just did. I really I'm not good on Alliance, man. I keep doing stupid shit because I my muscle memory is so fucked up. You know, I've only played Horde. forever. So I just ran into the opposing graveyard for no reason, like an idiot. Thinking I was gonna get like healed.
Oh my god, two fucking rogues. Two
Yeah, yeah.
rogues?
This guy, I'm on the one. This dwarf one. No, I mean this Hold on, I'm coming in.
I'm
I'm
done.
gonna.
I just got like four rogues
I
on me.
Novid. I frost Novid though. Did
I
you
see
get out?
you. No, I mean I got a quick res, which is nice.
I tried to CC him so you could like. Yeah, I can't do shit against rogues. Like if one pops up on you, you're pretty much fucked.
This one guy I work with is he used to play WoW. I mean, everyone I work, there's so many people that used to play WoW. It was such a popular game.
Did you ever play EverQuest?
EverQuest. I don't think so. No, I've never played EverQuest.
Me either. I think that's a little too early for us, right?
I think so.
But that is like the pre WoW, like proto WoW, isn't it?
I'm not sure. Could be. I mean, I was learning about like something called Zork, which is like a text-based RPG thing, and I think like DARPA made it. And then even I heard like WoW is like heavily monitored by DARPA. This shit takes our
Has everyone
information.
ever done like a I don't know,
But
not like a biography or like a documentary of just like the history of MMOs all together?
I've never
Every
seen
single
that.
one of them.
I've never seen that. But it
I
is a
feel like
thing
it'd be a
where
good thing to encapsulate like the entire history of it, and oh, I'm fucked. Damn, man, I got like no survivability. Oh no, wait, I'm still alive. Shit, come on.
I mean there is such
Yo,
history to WoW.
we're winning this, by the way. So I'm like in this. I'm not fucking off in AFK, and I'm trying to this sword him. Do people collect WoW figurines?
Figurines? I
Yeah,
don't
like
think
of
so.
the prominent characters in the game. Yeah, I feel like I've never really seen that as
I
like
mean,
a market.
I know there's
Or
people who are into the lore, but I don't know. I've never seen
yeah,
that.
but
I mean,
that's
WoW
more
was more
just
popular at a time that would have existed. I remember when the movie came out, there was figures, but that's all I ever saw was from the movie. I actually wish I got them when you think about it. Like when you look at it now, it's kind of rare. Like that was actually an interesting period that movie even happened. Like especially like how late it was post the WoW like phenomenon. Like
it was a weird cast.
yeah, it was a weird
Oh,
idea.
yo, the guy that played Medivh, didn't you like
Ben
do
Foster.
something with him and Woody Harrelson?
Yeah, I smoked a cigarette with that guy Ben Foster. like
Alpha Dog.
yeah, the movie was called The Messenger. And Jenna Malone was in it. Woody Harrelson. I met Woody Harrelson for like a moment.
Jenna Malone.
He was
Damn,
kind of a dick.
I had like such a crush on her after Donnie Darko.
I never
She
met
looks so good in
her,
that movie.
but she was in the movie. That was
Yeah, I
like one of
like
these
Jenna Malone a lot.
early internships I had. I kind of
But
barely
also,
went to that.
Jenna Malone's in this other movie, like The Secret Life of something. I forget the full one, but yeah.
I never even
He's
saw
also
that
in
movie.
the
The Messenger.
franchise with Jennifer Lawrence. What's that shit? Hunger Games.
She's in Hunger Games?
Yeah.
I mean, I know Woody Harrelson is.
Yeah, he is.
That's kind
That's
of
a weird
weird.
connection.
There must
I
be a
wonder if it's the same agent or something, or
Gotta be
like
casting
representation as far as like
casting
says,
director.
like some Yeah, something.
Yeah, they a lot of casting
It feels
directors
too
do that.
common to be like an accent.
That's the thing. Casting directors usually work with the same people.
Yeah, it's all insidious.
Yeah, I never saw that movie I even worked on. I never even fucking saw it. It's called The Messenger.
The
I,
Messenger.
I mean,
Check it out on IMDb.
I met the
Are you
director.
credited?
No, I'm not. It's funny. It's annoying. It's like I should be. I was not. I think only like
Do
two
you
people
have
are.
an IMDb account that's not like a regular account? It's like a account for being um like profile,
No, but it is
racially
annoying.
profiled.
Like only two people I remember that worked on like the internship thing with me got credited. Like it was pretty bad. They should
What
everyone
they have
should
to
have been.
do?
Well, one guy was like the main intern kind of thing, and also I hung out with the prop director a bunch. He was like do you remember that kid Brian Amsterdam? He looked exactly like him. He had like long hair. He was like
Yeah, that
blonde.
motherfucker who was like a guitar virtuoso,
Nah, he wasn't a
child
virtuoso. He was like
star faggot.
his parents. He wasn't a virtuoso. He was very mediocre.
He was like Jerry Garcia's like fucking uh inbred child.
Yeah, it was more like everyone propped him up, but he was very like mediocre. Like
Yeah, he was just like some.
I mean, I know like guitar, and I think back at it, and all he was doing was like the pentatonic scale, which is like one of the basic things. Like, but
Yeah, it
again,
was a wank off.
we were 13, so him doing the pentatonic scale at 13 might have been a little more impressive than some random fuck. But I don't know. It really is like it's the basic scale of playing like guitar, like that he would always go and play. I just remember him being kind of like. I mean, he was a nice guy. He felt like it felt like he was like
He was
pressured.
forced into it.
Yeah,
He didn't feel like he even wanted to be doing this shit.
he was never like he wasn't a prick. He was a nice guy.
Yeah, yeah, I had no problem with him. He was a wanker.
Yeah, he was a Sante friend, which is usually rankers.
No, I mean like uh guitar wise. Wanking, you
Yeah, I
know.
mean he wasn't even that bad at that. He wasn't even like a. The funny thing is he wasn't even like a show off either. Like I'll give him credit for that. Like
No, you can definitely you can like showboat whenever you want, right? You know,
yeah,
like what's your go to showboat I know guitar thing?
I mean I haven't played. I mean I. It's all still like every time I pick up a
Now you
guitar, it's
got one.
still
Come on, what do you play like Stairway to Heaven on your asshole?
I don't know, probably Blackbird finger picking kind of thing.
Oh, like fretless tapping.
I mean I could still do that. I could do that too. I don't know. I haven't.
Do you ever like pull out a like slide and just do some like
I was never good at slide guitar.
Salvation Army type thing?
Never good at
People
slide.
love that. I'm dead. I keep forgetting ice block. Fuck. I gotta redo my bars.
I haven't played guitar in a while though. It kind of sucks.
What do you mean? You don't have like acoustic ones laying around?
I do. My girlfriend doesn't like when I play guitar too loud, so I kind of stick away
Yeah,
from
but
that.
acoustic shit is so muted.
No, acoustic's loud. But if I played like electric guitar without the sound on,
Oh well,
then
yeah, that you need
yeah,
an amp.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'll do that every so often. I mean, it's weird. It's like innately in me how to play. Like I'll never forget how to play guitar. It's like innately, like every time I pick it up, I know what to
When
do.
you used to sing and play guitar, were there, like, would you like try and sing and play the same things to where it wouldn't be so complicated to do it at the same time?
It's really just like if you're playing. There's different types of guitar. If you're playing like a rhythm guitar, where you're playing mostly chords or like power chords, then singing over top of that is very easy. But if you're gonna do something that's like kind of complex, like on guitar, it's very hard to sing. And there are singers who do that. That like I'll say like, oh wow, it's crazy. Like that Coheed and Cambria guy. He does very complicated stuff on guitar. He can still sing over top of it. Like you wouldn't realize he's, just doing complicated shit. But a lot of guitar players, like let's say like the Arcade Fire guy.
They're like a prog rock.
Yeah. But let's say like
nobody.
Win Butler.
If you know what prog rock is, you expect people to be like virtuosos and do all kind of weird shit.
Yeah, but like let's go to like Win Butler, Arcade Fire. He's mostly playing chords over top of like him singing.
Yeah, they're more
it's not
about,
that
like,
hard.
Harmonies and melodies and all that kind of shit.
Or Tom York. Yeah. He's gonna play the rhythm guitar over top of singing, and Johnny Greenwood's gonna do the complicated shit. I don't know,
but if you look at like OK Computer, they had a lot of weird prog rock interludes and.
But also that's recorded.
And stuff like that.
I mean, that's another thing that's recorded. So it's like there's a lot of things that it's like, could they recreate that?
And fix it and adjust it and stuff. Yeah. And
I mean, that's all tracked. You can do as much as you want.
You can like cut in what parts you want and stuff. Yeah.
I mean, that's one thing.
It's really hard to reproduce live.
One thing I remember recording like way back when was punch-ins. I mean, this is an old technique. It actually goes back to like when you would record on tape to tape, reel to reel. But punch-ins are ridiculous, and like all these major pop people use it all the time because if you have a really good producer, you could punch in for like almost every word you sing. So it's like you could be singing, you could do a whole track where you sing. You have the whole bass track, and then you go back to like that one word that sounds a little weird, and you start singing a little before that one word that sounds a little weird, and then they punch you in right before that word and punch you out. So you get it perfect each time. That's like pre-auto-tune, how they would fix everything up. Would be punch-ins.
But is that like editing film or something?
No, editing audio. That's real. It used to be on tape. It used to be on film, like a film type tape.
Yeah, so I said. Yeah,
and you would literally like, if you're a producer, you would be like on that tape, being like, "I'm gonna re-record at this exact moment," and then punch out. So you'd be like, you need to say the word "the" better. So right when the word "the" comes, you punch in, and then they finish it singing, and then you punch out. And it'd almost be like an auto-tune because they would literally just do that one take of the part.
Yeah, I feel like I've seen footage of like people using colored pens stuff to write time marks and notations on things to edit, and then splice and tape and cut out a lot of shit, because that's a lot of what film is. It's just like cutting out all the garbage and isolating down the bare essentials of what you shot.
Especially with like a rock band too. Like they're not the best singers, like there's some of them are good singers, but they're punching in and punching out, like just sort of how it goes.
Vocals are hard. You like just breathing sometimes can while you're trying to,
Yeah, I mean, unless you're like some great singer, and there are some good. I mean, like I was looking at Sam Smith. I'm sure he can do everything in one take.
If you have to like dance around and do shit and sing at the same time,
yeah,
Borderland and pop, probably.
And it's also just like
help.
Certain people are better at certain things. Like that Sam Smith guy. He's just a singer. He doesn't have to worry about the music. Like doesn't have to worry about that shit.
Yeah, he's like the male Adele.
Yeah, Adele too. Yeah, the same thing. She doesn't have to worry about the fucking music. She just does her part. I'm sure it's very simple with her. Recording her is probably very simple. Recording Tom York, I bet you, is a lot difficult. Very difficult. Even probably like recording like, I don't know, like a Rivers from Weezer. Like I'm sure he's not the easiest to record. Or like Smashing Pumpkins. Like he's gonna have a lot of punch-ins and shit. It would take time. But I don't think he does any music anymore. I think he's just he just has a wrestling league now. NWA. Billy Corgan. He runs the NWA.
He runs it?
He owns it. He's a big wrestling fan. Yeah, he owns the NWA. I think they do a show on YouTube like every Thursday or something. They stream it. Yeah, I know they even have a dude who's like some British guy who's like he probably should be like a main guy and all these things. Probably in the past he would have been. Nick Aldis, he's pretty good. I think he's older now. He's got a hot wife, Mickey James. She was a WWF wrestler. She did like a lesbian angle with Trish Stratus. This goes back years ago.
Do you have any wrestling VHS stuff left?
There's a good chance I have to look through my VHS tapes. Sucks you can't show that
It's an
anywhere.
interesting market because you know,
I never got enough. The funny thing is, Andrew probably has more.
yeah, I bet he's got some pretty rare shit.
I mean, I know he taped like ECW back when.
You should
So
tell him. You should like message him and like tell him like, yo, to like don't throw out all your old wrestling stuff. It's worth a lot. Like all your figurines and stuff too. Like tell him, you know, even Raw, you can get like $100 if it's
yeah, I mean,
um,
he's in Japan now.
low production and not circulated. Because people are set building and they just need like one or two, and you might have it. And you could sell like some one-off figurine you think is bullshit for like a few hundred, few thousand. You don't even know. You know, there's like all these um, kind of Facebook Marketplace type things. You know, where like it's all figurines and like weird shit you don't even think is rare until you know. You know how many are graded. And I don't think a lot of that gets graded because it's all in that like bubble plastic. That's got to be pretty hard to keep in like good condition. Stuff
Yeah,
that's so exposed far out like that.
it's true.
All my like starting lineup baseball and basketball shit got really fucked up easily. You know, like the ones that I sold at the flea market, that like Babe Ruth one.
Hmm.
But then also sometimes people do this. They take the card out of the whole package, you know, like and ruin it. But then they'll get the card graded and try and sell that, which is a little weird.
Yeah. Oh wow, I'm looking at like the AEW. Have you heard AEW ever?
AAW,
AEW.
AE, no.
It's like they're on TNT. They're kind of like the alternative to the WWF. And like I was
Oh,
following it for a little bit, and like I really liked this one wrestler. He was like a young dude. He has like a Jewish gimmick where he's like this really annoying prick. He's like a huge asshole. He's very good. He's like really good. He's a really good talker, like very funny. And I see he's now like actually the champion. He's like 22 years old. It's actually he'll be like the biggest person in wrestling in the next like couple of years by far. He'll go to like the WWF eventually. That's smart. They made him the champion. They've been kind of a weird. They have Jericho as like their main kind of veteran guy.
Chris Jericho.
Yeah, he's like the only one of note that like you would know, kind of thing.
Yeah, I
But
just got
the
this
owner, the
in
owner
the.
is Tony Khan. He's the son of the Jaguars owner. I think his name's Sadiq Khan.
Yeah, yeah. Don't you remember him from when he
Yeah,
played Madden?
I always remembered him. So I remember like hearing about this
He had that
son.
handlebar Monopoly Man stash.
Yeah, so he gave his son all this money, and he said like, I might as well give my son money before I die. Like, why not like give him money now? And then he bought and made a wrestling league, and now it's like it's kind of the biggest league that there is because everyone kind of hates the WWE because it sort of became like a kiddie kind of thing. I mean, they're
I
just
thought they
trying to
just
sell it.
absorbed all the other wrestling leagues. Like, didn't ECW just get absorbed by WWF and all that?
Yeah, ECW and WCW got bought, but like since then, it's kind of just became like they just want to sell themselves. They want to sell it to like Disney or something. That's all it feels like. They're very like kiddie. They don't like bleed anymore. All that kind of shit.
Hmm.
AEW on the other hand is like they're all about that kind of thing. There's a lot of blood. There's a lot of stupid shit. There's like Japanese influence. A lot of people that were big in Japan or their main
You mean
roster
when you say
people.
Japanese, you mean like barbed wire, explosion, thumbtacks?
Yeah, that kind of typical stuff. But also like a lot of indie wrestlers went to Japan to like because they couldn't get into WWF kind of thing because they weren't that kind of person. And then that became like the cool indie wrestlers. And then Tony Khan bought up all these cool indie wrestlers to be in his league. And that's what AEW is. It's sort of
Yo,
like
what's the best way to like cut yourself and bleed wrestling without actually hurting yourself?
it's honestly just a
Because you've
little
done it
razor
before, right?
blade.
In matches.
I've never done it, but it's a little razor blade that you keep like either like you know how wrestlers always have like a little
I
tape
thought you
on
guys
their
are
wrist.
hardcore shit.
I never did that, but you know how wrestlers have
Oh,
like a little wrist, like it'll around their wrist they'll have like tape. You know, it looks like almost like they have like a wristband around
yeah,
their.
like a armband.
Yeah, so they'll keep a little razor blade in there, or the ref will have it in the pocket. So then they can kind of just tap the ref. You know, like when the ref goes and checks the wrestler who's down, a lot of times they give him the blade. That's when they give them the blade. And then they blade, and then they give it back to the ref, and then the ref puts it in his pocket.
Hmm.
That's sort of how they get away with it. But that's the funny thing with AEW. I was watching for a little bit. They were like so sloppy about it. Like you could see them blading. Like they didn't even cut away or shy away from it. Like
Is that the term? Blading?
yeah, getting juice. And
Can
then
you guys
well,
see
actually hold
AEW
on.
live?
There's two ways to get blood in wrestling. There's the easy way and the hard way. And a lot of wrestlers would like this is going back in the day. They would like to do it the hard way. But the easy way is the blade. The hard way is someone fucking just punching you over and over and getting blood. Because a lot of them were like that, especially back in the day. Like they would actually just get hit in the face. Like Bret Hart was like that. He's that kind of guy. He wanted it to be kind of real.
Well, there weren't there two hearts? They're brothers.
Yeah, well, there's even more. There's like Bruce Hart. There's like it's a family. It's a whole family thing. There was even like the
Like
dad.
the
Stu Hart was a
like the Rock's family, right?
yeah. The dad was a territory owner of Winnipeg. One of those. He owned Stampede Wrestling, which would go back to like the 80s and 70s, and he was like a wrestler from the 50s. It was a very different kind of thing. It was a lot like indie rock before it got kind of bought up, kind of thing. You know, there was like a lot of people doing it independently, or like punk rock, and then it became like a mainstream thing, like WWF. They bought everything up.
Yeah, you mean like every state had their own version,
Oh
or
yeah,
region
yeah.
had their
And
own
then
version.
they would even like trade people. They would trade people from place to place. So it's like
But who
and,
were
and
like the
repeat.
original big markets though that came out of that? Like, who were the first? Was it like Florida and like Texas and
So
southern stuff, or was it more like East Coast, like New York,
so Florida was kind of a
California?
funny market, especially in the 80s, because like people would go to Florida just primarily to do cocaine. That was pretty much like, especially in the 80s, it was like that's where they would go to like do coke. Like Hulk Hogan's from Florida, but the primary markets were like, all right. So the primary markets were like WWWF was in the Northeast, and then there would have been like Mid South, which would have been like Georgia, Tennessee, and then there would have been like a Texas territory, which would have been like the Von Erichs kind of thing. What's his name? Terry Funk. So it was kind of spread out. And then there was the Canada League, which would have had like the Hearts and like Chris Benoit, that kind of stuff. but it goes back really old. There was a Hawaiian League, and that's where like the Rock's family comes from.
Macavai Maivia.
Yeah, like his Peter Maivia was his grandfather, and he ran the Hawaiian territory. And that was kind of like, anyone who's going to go to Japan, because Japan would always be like they can make money in Japan, because they would like everybody. So people would always stop off in Hawaii before they would go to Japan. So there was an influx of people always there. So like you would get almost everyone. Like Andre the Giant would have been there because he would have gone to Japan. Hulk Hogan would have been there. So it was always like that did really well for money. And the money you would make would be like crazy. Especially today's standards. And even like down south, it's like a lot of people would go to these wrestling matches because, there wasn't a lot of like entertainment like there was today. Like people would go to these things. Especially going back to like the 40s and 50s. People were going to this shit.
Yeah, I've seen from like a lot of vintage wrestling cards. There's like a lot of weird alter egos you wouldn't even really think of or see before, and then they show up on these.
And then there's like certain players that were always really like I'm sure Ric Flair and would have a really good wrestling card. He's
Yeah,
kind of
Ric
known.
Flair, Hulk Hogan, Andre the Giant,
Probably
Dusty
like what's
Rhodes,
Dusty
Stone
Rhodes,
Cold, The
the tag
Rock,
team Road Warriors would be
John
really up
Cena
there.
does pretty well. Sting, and Sting's got some weird stuff where I think he's like blonde.
Yeah,
Uh,
he's in AEW now, and I think he's like 50. But yeah, he never went to WWF. He was always kind of the WCW or NW or Crockett.
the three biggest vintage though are Andre the Giant, Ric Flair, and Hulk Hogan,
Yeah,
and um, Macho Man a little bit.
the best. I'm telling you that you go back in time, the best people were the Midnight Express with Jim Cornette. That was the best. Jim Cornette was the best, like manager of all time. He was,
Manager.
yeah. That was also a thing. He would have like a tennis racket, and he would just like be on the outside, and he would always talk shit, and then it would be like a whole angle. He's got a good podcast. He's really funny.
I don't remember like his cards at all.
He probably would have a card. I mean, I know he personally collects these cards. He had an auction where he like, I forget Heritage. It's like a top auction place. He like sold all his first edition cards on there. Kind of curious at the top cards what it would be. I guess Andre the Giant.
No, Hulk Hogan,
Oh yeah, I guess so.
and then Ric Flair.
Yeah, those make sense. Oh, there's a really good show too that talks about all these wrestling stories. It's called Dark Side of the Ring. That's like a even if you don't like
Yeah, I've
wrestling,
seen that.
yeah, even if you don't like wrestling, you'd like this show. It's like just very well done.
Yeah, it's just good documentaries. Yeah.
Yeah, the guy who did Hobo with a Shotgun makes the show, and he's really good.
I mean, documentaries are good in themselves, but sports documentaries are like even better. There's
Yeah,
just so many that you could choose from. Like a football life, that's a on the NFL network that I pay for. That's one of the best like docu series I've seen.
I've
There's
never
so
heard of
many of
that
them.
one. Who do they go through? Do they go through certain people?
Football life. Just Google it. You'll see there's tons.
Is there like a certain standout episode that you could think of? Like,
Well, I mean, it just depends on like who the athlete is, or I mean, like who
Oh, I
the
did
subject
see some of
matter is.
this. I saw the Edgar and James one, and that was really good.
Yeah, Edgar and James is such an underrated. Him and
What? Yeah, he was really good.
Amon Green, who was on the Packers for a long time, are just such underrated running backs. People forget about altogether
He got
because
fucked over too. He left the Colts like before they won that Super Bowl with Peyton Manning, and then he went to the Cardinals, and it was like, they never really won
yeah, they
there.
had Joseph Adai. Remember him?
Yeah,
Joseph Adai was more of like a PPR type back.
he was
Edgar
Edgar and
James is
James though
not.
was good.
Edgar
I always
James is
liked
not
him.
a pass catcher. I mean, he
No,
could. They just never did it.
no,
Back
he
then
was
they
like,
never.
yeah, he was like a third and short type running back. Like that kind of
Yeah,
shit.
like Jamal Lewis on the
Yeah.
Ravens.
Most running backs at that era were the big brute type running backs. Remember, like Brandon Jacobs, like that was a common type running back.
Well, the Giants were a little different because they had Amon Bradshaw in that like 50-50 role.
That was a little
A
towards
lot
the
of
end
teams
though
didn't
of
do
that
that.
era. That was a little towards the end. That was a little towards modern time.
I mean, didn't they have Tiki Barber just like the main guy for
Yeah, he would have been the main guy for a
several
while.
years?
I'm trying to think who was the guy. I don't think they really did a pairing with when they had Barber. I don't think they really had like a secondary guy. It's mostly him doing the whole thing. This is a good win, by the way. We're fucking kicking ass.
I mean,
I'm not doing
football
it.
life is really just you know if it's a player you didn't really give a shit about, you're not gonna want to watch it. But a lot of times it's like these people I didn't really know, and then I mean, well, like or you like vaguely saw play.
That's kind of interesting, though. I'd rather almost hear about them. Someone who you kind of remember, but like gives more detail on them.
Like Troy Polamalu.
Well, he was star. I remember him for a while.
No, no, I'm not talking about like role people. I'm just talking about like people who like played but had absolutely no like personality or anything that you'd ever even hear from.
Yeah, I'm looking at like some of the episodes, like James Harrison, fucking
Yeah, like he
linebacker and
was
Steelers.
a linebacker, defensive end for the Steelers when they won a bunch of championships.
Yeah, not super interesting type person to do, but probably good. Okay, I'll be right back. I gotta figure out what talent to do here. Let's see. Okay, let's see. It looks like it's passive. All right, definitely that passive. That's perfect. Hmm. I got a pretty good upgraded legs things here. Have you got anything from the like those crates that you feel like you need to use? I'm looking at this shit. It's not bad. Yeah, these are the good episodes of Dark Side of the Ring. This one was good. Montreal Screwjob. Oh, this one was great. Oh, this one's really good. This guy, Bruiser Brody, he was like, oh, I'm trying to think. Kind of like an Andre the Giant-ish guy. Big guy, had a beard, kind of nuts. Went to like Japan, was popular there. Never got super mainstream. And then he went to Puerto Rico. And then in Puerto Rico, he gets fucking shanked. And dies. And it was like a whole thing. Like, all the locker room covered it up. It was a big thing. He definitely got killed on purpose. And this was a good episode too. The whole Macho Man. One of those people is great. Lanny Poffo just died the other day. His brother. They were like they were in the Illinois territory. I think I want to say like IWF or maybe even Iowa territory. I don't remember, but they were Midwest.
Sorry, I was away. I had
Oh
been
yeah,
pissed
good.
really bad.
I was just going on about these Dark Side of the Ring matches here.
Did you take the cue?
No, I
You
just took
popped?
it. Yeah, yeah. No, we didn't pop. No,
Oh,
talking about the Macho Man. His brother just died, Lanny Poffo. The other Poffo brother. You know, Randy Savage. I'm just seeing this. He was signed by the St. Louis Cardinals as a catcher out of high school. He played in the minors and was
that's
an
not
outfielder.
surprising. All these guys are
Yeah, they're
former
athletes.
like, yeah, like The Rock played defensive tackle at Miami.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of also why like back in like the
And by
80s
the
and the
way, like one of the
90s.
highest selling sports cards is his. It's almost like a stamp.
Yeah,
The perforations on the edges are so fucking hard to get in good condition that his I don't know if it's Sports Illustrated, but it's like him playing lineman at Miami
hmm,
sells for more than like all of his wrestling memorabilia does, pretty much.
hmm.
It's only
Yeah,
one card, that's why.
I mean that was the thing. Also, like the 80s and the 90s, a lot of these wrestlers were like former athletes. You know, now they're like our size. Like most wrestlers are like 5'9", 5'10". They're not like The Rock.
Why they do like more acrobatic shit.
Yeah, they do more of that kind of shit. Like a lot of the wrestlers now were like trampoline, like they were doing backyard wrestling, like how we were like on trampolines and shit, and they're like fucking 5'9", 5'10", that kind of shit.
So were you into like all Rey Mysterio and all those kind of guys who did aerial shit?
I always liked Rey Mysterio, but it's like he really is like a dime a dozen. It's like there's not many people that can do what he did and still be like good, you know, being so small.
That stuff is sketchy, man. You can land on your neck like nothing.
Yeah, no, definitely, really is. I mean, and then there's a guy like,
Even if you look at like a fake pile driver, it looks like even if you know what you're doing, you could just have like an off night and kill somebody.
Oh yeah, and then there's this guy Nick Gage. He's from fucking Camden. He's like almost bled out just from like doing stupid shit all the time. Like he's almost died a couple of times.
Wait, don't you remember that Owen Hart shit where he like flew out of the sky and broke
Yeah,
his
of
neck or
course.
whatever?
I watched it live. Fucking crazy.
So that was like almost like Faces of Death. You like saw a person die live on TV.
Yeah, I mean, I remember like they had a delay, like a tape delay, and like something. It was like you can kind of see someone fall down, and then they like went right away and like cut away and been like something happened bad here and all that shit. Like it was a big deal. There's a whole Dark Side of the Ring episode about that, and it's pretty fucked up.
Well,
Like he shouldn't have done that shit. He shouldn't even been up there. It's crazy. It was stupid.
well, you want to talk Dark Side of the Ring? What about that uh, what the fuck was his name? Who had like roid rage and killed his whole family?
Oh yeah, Chris Benoit has a really. That's like a. I
Yeah,
think it's a
Chris
2-part
Benoit is
episode.
like,
Yeah,
that's like a horror film.
sucks too because he really was like. He pretty much was like the best wrestler of the era. Like he was great. Like really, really good. Really good at wrestling
What do
and
you mean, like technically,
yeah,
or you
like
just mean like character wise?
no, not character wise at all. Like technically, probably the best wrestler of the last like when we were around, he was the
Oh,
best
okay.
wrestler. Yeah.
People care about that? I thought it was all about just like selling tickets and being a personality.
I mean, that's part of it
People
too.
give a shit about like technical wrestling at that level.
I mean, people did, but like, I mean,
Well, then
if
people
you're a
like
wrestling
Kurt
fan,
Angle. Remember Kurt Angle?
oh well,
Wasn't he like an actual wrestler?
I mean, that's one thing. It's like Kurt Angle. Really, if you look back at like from now, Kurt Angle is one of the best of like all time. Just because he was so hateable, but also good at everything. He was pretty good. He was like a perfect villain for that era, and he was like,
Because
you
he
know,
was
like
so lame and boring.
yeah, and especially he was a kind of like a goody guy when like you're trying to
He's like a straight
sell
man.
yeah, and you're trying to sell like a Stone Cold who's like anti-authority, and then you have like a
Right.
goody guy. He's like a
But
perfect
it
villain in
wasn't
the era.
really him. It wasn't like Stone Cold versus Kurt Angle though. It was Stone Cold versus the whole McMahon family. You
Yeah,
know, the son and the daughter and all that shit.
and that's also like in this Dark Side of the Ring. It's like it kind of all stems from the Bret Hart screwjob thing, where it's like that's when Vince McMahon realized he's like a villain, and that's when he kind of became the villain of Vince McMahon.
Yeah, I mean, people definitely got off on just seeing him get hurt. You know, like
Yeah,
that was
I mean he
pretty
was the
much
ultimate villain of
part
that
of their
time.
market.
He was definitely the main villain of that time, by far.
Well, who was Stone Cold's rival though, as
I
far as
would say
wrestlers?
I would say Vince
The Rock,
McMahon.
right?
Vince McMahon. He never.
No, no, it was The Rock. It was probably a little bit of Mankind, Undertaker, Kane.
They never. I don't know. It's like there was no one I would say would have been. All right, the biggest rival of Stone Cold was Vince McMahon. There was no one
No,
that
I'm
he.
talking wrestlers.
Yeah, but I mean, like he was never like in a big rival. I mean, he wrestled The Rock and would have lost, and they would have traded belts, but they were never like a super big rivalry. I would have said
Not like Mankind versus Undertaker. That was
Mankind
like one of the
Undertaker was
violent
yeah, and that was years in the making.
beach
Like they
matches I've
had
ever seen in
many.
my life.
That was like 3 years in the making. That whole like thing. They were always like
Remember how
wrestling
like
each other.
people used to pay for pay per view and like all sit around and watch it live because you couldn't get like fucking re recordings unless you taped it.
Yeah, I mean they're making like $50
It was
million
pretty much
a
streaming.
Sunday.
You know? Like,
Yeah, I mean that's when they were making so much money. Like they were making so much fucking money. You don't make pay per view money now. Like no one does that shit. I mean I think they have it. Like
it's for boxing, I thought.
yeah, they have it through some Fight Live or something like that. Like I think for the AEW does that. But you can stream everything anyway for free.
I don't know. To me, pay per view was always wrestling and boxing.
Yeah. No, it's the same thing pretty much anyway.
Oh
The
shit, we pop.
the McMahons
This,
before they're in wrestling were boxer promoters, and I know Vince McMahon has always said like, kind of like remember that my family used to be boxer promoters, kind of more or less saying boxing is fake too. It's fixed.
I'm sure. more of it's scripted than you'd ever think, just because there's so much money involved.
Yeah, and I mean, even this goes back to early '90s. The son, Shane McMahon, wanted to buy the MMA. He wanted to buy the UFC from the original owner, and like Vince McMahon said, like, "Oh no, we shouldn't do that." And that's when Dana White bought it. But like, imagine if they did that. That would have been the biggest buy you could have done.
Yeah, there's some MMA stuff that sells
Yeah, and also
decent
look at like
money.
their look at Conor McGregor. He's almost like a pro wrestler, where it's like they go on stage and they shit talk and they like it's like I think they
Well,
take
he did that. He did that cross sport shit with Floyd Mayweather too, didn't he? Where they boxed.
yeah. But like the more you shit talk in UFC, the more like you get attention, the more your pot gets bigger. The more people are betting. It's kind of like
Right.
it's a lot like
Yeah.
pro wrestling. They took a page or two, regardless of it's fixed or not. The whole setup is similar.
Oh shit, yo, check this item I just fucking got.
What you get? I got a couple good items too, by the way.
What the fuck, man? I'm like getting upgrades
I
on my
got
stuff.
I got these two things recently, and I thought they were decent.
Yo, I'm starting to think that like
You should
crated gear
is better.
is like farmable, and I'm like I'm so confused. Like
Me too.
if
I
you
noticed
look at
that too.
what I had on my 19 Twink best in slot compared to this just eye level shit, it doesn't make any sense. Like my stuff looks like garbage.
Yeah, I totally agree. It's like I can't really tell what's to do, like what to do.
I know it's really abstract and confusing. And
Yeah.
even if I go off of like stats and stuff,
Well, that's like my
but look at
fucking my hunter and
you see
mage.
that trinket I linked though.
Yeah.
Like look at the stats on
Yeah, it
that
looks
thing.
good. Yeah, it's good. Look at the things I
Should I
linked.
use it over this?
Look at the legs I linked. They look pretty fucking good.
I know they do. It's like, what the fuck is going on?
That's where it's like I don't know if I should equip it or not. Like
I've been because I thought you said after a while it'd just go off eye level and nothing else. You know?
I mean, that's what it feels like. I mean, at least I have mostly like a gear set. I might as well just change this out because it doesn't seem to matter. Yeah, I think I'm gonna put it on.
Yeah, that I don't like the feeling of taking off my
Like
old
old
like vessel
stuff.
slot
Yep.
enchanted shit for a bunch of stuff that's like green and blue, but so much better. You know? But I feel like this happened before also in different iterations of the game. You know?
Yep. Where your old
Where
shit gets replaced.
we thought we had like best in slot twinks, and then everything got switched up, and you had to just rebuild and relearn everything.
Yeah, that was definitely like last time when we got back into this. Like that's when like heirlooms things became a thing, and like
Exactly.
best in
Yeah.
slot.
That
Like
all that shit completely changed everything because then it scaled, and then the whole thing of like scaling was never really. I mean, yeah, you max at 19 you scale, but the whole like you could be any level and just use the same gear over and over.
exactly.
Do you ever have a Bloody Mary?
Oh no, it's just gross.
It is a weird mix. It's tomato juice, pepper, I think like
Never did that.
Tabasco.
Ugh. It just gives me bad memories. It reminds me of like remember I used to go to these Army Navy games in like the 90s and it would be at like Giant Stadium or Veteran Stadium and it'd be all these old men with mustaches in the morning drinking those things. It's gross. It reminds me of like a 50-year-old guy with a mustache drinking that. It's gross.
Wait, you went to Army and Navy games?
Yeah, I used to go all the time, like every year. We would go to the Army Navy
Do you
with
have any
like
ticket stubs saved?
yeah, probably somewhere. I have some
Try and
old
sell that.
I have some old like Navy hats and shit. Their hats were cool.
There's like a more of a market now for ticket stubs. People like ticket stubs a lot.
Really? I've got a signed
Yeah.
Hoobastank. Got a signed Hoobastank ticket over here.
Ugh, no, I'm talking sports, not that kind of shit.
Yeah, I remember I saw. This was like right after 9/11. I saw Incubus and Hoobastank in a theater, and it was like, there could have been only like 20 rows. It was like nothing. We
They
were
were
in
in
the
the
front
same
row.
label, right?
Yeah, but either way, we are like in the front row. Like
Wait, aren't they related? Isn't like
they're
one of
one.
the
There's a brother. There's a brother in one of the
the
bands or
guitar
something.
player from Incubus is the guitar player from Hoobastank?
Yeah, and it was like after the show, like Hoobastank was just outside, like talking to people, and I remember like, the Asian guy who was like the main character. I talked to him for a little bit.
Well,
And they
I
signed
mean,
my ticket. I remember that.
you kind of lucked out because Hoobastank have that uh like one hit wonder, the Reason song.
Yeah,
So
that was
you could
before that.
possibly sell that shit to some nostalgia fuck who really loves that one-off like big hit they had.
This would have been like 5 years before them having a hit. They were not famous at the time.
No, I remember them being like new metal,
Yeah.
funk, prog type shit,
Well,
and
they were like
then they
Incubus
went into more
ripoff.
like um,
Pop.
rock band, yeah, like
Rock pop type shit.
but like soft rock,
Yeah.
like acoustic ballad shit, and then they got that one. All you need is like one fucking song. You can go on those nostalgia tours and just play The Reason 5, 10 times in a row, and people will go fucking nuts.
They're actually still
That's
around.
what's so sick about it, man. Like these nostalgia whores, they just all they want to hear is like "Semi Charmed Life" 20 times in a row,
Yeah, it's
and,
gross.
and then you're good. You don't have to even think of another song you've ever written.
It makes me think. I wonder, is there a new Incubus album that I haven't heard? Probably
uh,
awful. Probably
at
is.
this point, they probably have like solo projects and all that kind of bullshit.
What are they doing? Just like fucking models in California, having a great time. That's probably all they're doing.
Well, I think they made enough money just to back then. Like album sales were so much higher, they probably made enough to where they don't really need to tour,
Yeah,
which I
exactly.
think is the goal because touring is pretty brutal most of the time.
Yeah, it probably sucks. Well, it's like a good problem. It's like it's probably lame, but like that's how you make your money.
Yeah, but think like if you don't have
I feel bad for like Red Hot Chili Peppers that have to play the same fucking set over and over and over. I mean,
no, I mean
I guess they're making money, but it's
it,
just like that's got to be a little lame.
no, but they have like a long discography where like they can mix shit up
It's
to
true.
not have to play the same shit over and over. There's certain groups where they have like one album and that's it, and then that's all you can do for like maybe an hour,
Yeah.
and and like that's the thing is like they have enough material to like go on for like a week. Some people or groups, they have like a single, and then whatever else like people don't give a shit about, they probably leave afterwards.
That's a good point. Damn, this is a close one, by the way. We're like slightly in this, a little behind. Yeah, I see Brandon Boyd has his own solo stuff now. I'm sure he's fucking some hot model. That's got to be the goal. That was the
I
goal
don't
the whole
know. I
time.
haven't I haven't listened to Incubus in a long time, but I remember they had like Science was like new metal type shit, and they
Oh
went
yeah.
in kind of like a different direction, and then they really sold uh well. Remember like turntables being a big deal and like rock based shit? I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't think you'll really see that anymore.
You're talking about like
It's
new
just not
metal.
needed.
Yeah, it doesn't exist anymore.
All everything like they did with turntables now is just like edited in from whatever you're already recording. Back then, you like had to, I guess, have a live element. I don't know.
Yeah.
When you play bass, do you use a pick or do you
No.
finger,
Finger pick. Bass is like pretty easy to like
finger
do
pick?
that. Yeah. Although it's like I haven't played like when you're gonna play bass, you're gonna be like with people and shit. Ah, we just lost 100 points.
It's whatever.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably head out, man.
Okay.
All right, later, man. Definitely check out the stream and see if it came out all right. I think it should be good.